We had a working committee meeting today. Working committee is the highest decision-making body in terms of selecting candidates on election matters. And with the upcoming election, assembly election in Manipur, this meeting was necessitated. The working committee discussed, deliberated at length on the political scenario, the candidates from Manipur who have applied for our party ticket. There are as many as 40 applications we have received for this upcoming Manipur Assembly election 2022. You are aware that this is the third time where NPF will be taking part in this Manipur Legislative Assembly election. You are also aware that we have contested 2 times in the Lok Sabha election. And in the past 2 elections in the Legislative Assembly in Manipur, in 2012, after the launch of the party in Manipur as a Manipur state unit of the NPF, in 2011, election was announced in 2012 and we took part in that election for the first time. And by the grace of God and with the support from the general masses, we won 4 seats. Then after that, we were placed in the opposition. Then in 2014, we participated in the Lok Sabha election. However, we could not succeed. Then again in 2017, we again took part in the State Assembly election in Manipur, where we retained our number 4. And in 2018, in the Lok Sabha election, we contested and we won, where the outer Manipur parliamentary seats, Mr. Lotho, Dr. Lotho is the present member of parliament as NPF member. And we have 4 MLAs at the moment, 2 of which are cabinet ministers, where we are a part of the BJP-led government at the moment in Manipur. Now, with the announcement of the legislative election in Manipur, this is going to be a 12th house of the Manipur Legislative Assembly, where, as I've stated, we have received numerous applications to the tune of 40 or more. But in my record, in written form, we have received 40. So all these applications were examined. We have constituted a selection committee, a ticket selection board on the 16th November 2021. That is almost 3 months back, to intensively study each and every assembly segments, constituencies, the prospect of the party winning more seats from 4 to double digit. And this committee have done extensive study by way of contacting the party functionaries, civil societies, well-wishers. Like that, an intensive exercise has been done, and after which a recommendation was put forward to the central office, to the president, and the recommended candidates were placed before the working committee today in the assembly election. Now, I want to bring to your knowledge that NPF is not only confined to Naga areas in Manipur. There are as many as 25 constituencies where we have enrollment, where we have our influence. You know, there are only 11 seats where Nagas can, it's a concentrated votes for the Nagas. But we also have a sizable number of Naga voters and our party supporters, even from other non-Naga communities in the constituencies like Jiribam, Saikul, Kangpopi, Saitu, Henglep, and Jurajambo. And in the constituencies like in the valley, where it is concentrated in the valley, the Imphal city, Hingang constituency, Kurai, Tang Maiban, Kishamtong, Yeskol, Segmai, Lamsang, and Kongkong Tongcham. These are constituencies where we have the NPF members, also Naga voters ranging from 1,500 votes to 4,000 voters. And therefore, we have zeroed down to 10 constituencies. The working committee decided to contest only in 10 constituencies. In these 10 constituencies, in the 41 Chandel assembly constituencies, these are reserved for scheduled tribe, we have already shortlisted Mr. Lango Bolring Anat. I'll give you the spelling later on. He is a former president of the All Naga Student Association Manipur. In 42 Dengnopal, we have shortlisted Mr. Tang Sawa Urungthang Maring. He is a sitting Congress MLA who resigned and joined our party. He is also a working president of the Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee, actually. So we have already shortlisted him for 42 Dengnopal. For 43 Pongyar assembly constituencies reserved for scheduled tribe, we have our sitting MLA, Mr. Lishiyo Kishi. He has been shortlisted. For 44 Ukrul assembly constituency, this is also a scheduled tribe seats. We have Mr. Ram Muiva. He is a retired secretary in the Northeast Council, an IAS officer, Mr. Ram Muiva. In 45 Jingai assembly constituency, reserved for scheduled tribe, we have shortlisted our sitting MLA, Mr. Kashim Washum. In 47 Karong, that is also a scheduled tribe assembly constituency, we have shortlisted Mr. Kuhu Sili Anthony. He is a retired director of the Northeast Council. He is also. In 48 Mao assembly constituency, reserved for scheduled tribe, we have our sitting MLA and Minister for PHE and Stationery, Mr. Los Tiko. In 49 Tadubi assembly constituency, reserved for scheduled tribe, we have already shortlisted Mr. M. Frances Ngakchokpa. He is a former minister. In 52 Tamai assembly constituency, reserved for scheduled tribe, we have shortlisted our state unit president and also sitting minister for forest, Mr. Awangpo Nyumai. In 53 Tamenglong assembly constituency, reserved for scheduled tribe, we have selected Mr. Kang Thuanang Panmai. He is also a former MLA. So this is how we have done the exercise with the selection board as well as the working committee, and these 10 constituencies we have decided to contest with these candidates. On the 2nd of this month, February, from this office, central office, we will be calling the candidates, and a function will be organized to officially hand over the ticket. We are, in our resolution, we are extending invitation to the Honorable CM, Mr. Nifirio, and his honorable MLAs to come together. There is a desire by one and all among the Naga family that the two parties, NDPP and NPF, the regional parties, should come to a kind of understanding, should come together, to be precise. So we have also resolved as one of our resolution today